I mean, whatever we investigate, we should do the investigation in leading us to the truth, not to knowledge. It should lead us always to the knowing nature of the citta, that sees and understands the truth. So if you investigate sound and smell in the sense, okay, this is indifferent, that's indifferent, that's not the investigation of sound. Investigation of sound is experience sound as it is. The experience of the sound, the impact of the sound on the senses. And then trying to analyze what is sound or what is smell. Just the same way, what is skin? What is it? I mean, we have all our ideas what skin is. We all have our ideas what smell is. But that is not what we are looking for. Because then we just look up some books, and there is the answer. And if we like it or not, that is the whole life, Some sounds we liked and some sounds we didn't like. Some smells we liked and some smells we didn't like. And most of the smells or most of the sounds we were indifferent to. I mean, that doesn't help us to understand the nature. When we investigate something, when we investigate the body or the senses of the body, then we want to understand, what is it? What is the nature of it? What is really sound, Of course, you hear, and then you dissect this hearing. What is hearing?
No,
don't answer, just listen, huh? I don't say, you do it wrong or you do it right, but, it doesn't lead, the way you describe it, it doesn't lead to the truth. It just leads to the kilesas. And that's what what I assume is when you get out of samadhis, the kilesas have overpowered you, and they say, okay, the investigation of the body would be now fruitful, let's investigate sound and smell, because they are so predominant. I mean, be aware, the moment you get out of samadhi, the kilesas have the rule.
Okay.
So they decide, just be quiet,
No, I'm trying
just be quiet.
The sound is like, I'm trying to get through it.
Yeah, what is sound? You investigate. What is sound? What is the nature of sound? What is it? What is the experience of sound? What does it resonate? How does it resonate? Or what is the experience of resonating sound within the body? I mean, you have to go, whatever investigation you do, be it the skin of the body, be it the hair of the body, you have to go to the feeling, to the experience of it. I mean, the experience cannot be classified. Experience is just experience. But please be, calm down. I mean, if you listen, if you understand what investigation of the body or the senses of the body lead us to is indifference. Because we see there's nothing behind it. But as long as we think, there's something behind it, it's strong or it's repulsive or it's like this or it's like that, then there's something behind it. I mean, when you experience sound, each kind of sound, even if you see it as being beautiful, it's disturbing. In the beginning, it's completely disturbing. It's disturbing the heart. There's some sense input, and the citta goes out to the sense input because it's so strong. It's just like nothing else, than when we do sitting, and suddenly, the pain comes up. I mean, what is the pain? Where does it come from? What is sound? Where does it come from? What is smell? Where does it come from? I mean, smell doesn't exist, huh? And sound doesn't exist. There are 4 elements that exist. The water element, the fire element, the earth element, and the, wind element. But the moment a combination of these elements come into contact with our senses, we think, oh, that is sound, or that is smell, or that is seeing, or that is hearing, or touching, or tasting. Huh? I mean, investigation is in two ways, should always lead us to the true nature of things. Not to the things that we know. Not to the things that we assume as, okay, this smell, that smells like a rotten chicken, and that is very unpleasant. I mean, any animal that dies, in our vicinity, smells, stinks, Also a tuke, in the roof, who dies, he stinks like hell. I mean, it's a very unpleasant smell. I mean, investigation, we should always, whenever we investigate something, we should understand the true nature. Like, if we investigate our ideas and opinion, understand the true nature of it. What is it, what is it? Is it really solid? Or is it just like a soap bubble? Boop, burst, And so is sound. Sound, it's a soap bubble, boop, burst. So what is that, and we make it, then we make something out of this. I mean, it's not easy to investigate in the beginning. It is very difficult to investigate. That's why we stay with these solid things, like the body, before we actually, investigate the centers of the body. The body itself is much more stable. And just observe the kilesas who want to do this or want to do that. Yeah? If it's Dhamma, that wants to investigate a sound that is always disturbing and it always knocks you out of meditation, that's fine, and then go ahead, and see why it knocks you out of meditation. If the roots, under your kuti, knocks you out of investigation, then, or out of meditation, then investigate. What is it? Then feel the sound. I mean, feel the sound or feel the body. Huh? I mean, the moment we close our eyes, the only thing that how we can investigate is feeling, through experience. Experience the body until there is a nimitta coming. Of course, we do the investigation, first of all, for one objective, to see the repulsiveness of all these things, to see the repulsiveness of the body, to see the loathsomeness of this body, and to see the loathsomeness of the senses. But you do investigation, or we are prone to do investigation with the aim, okay, I want to be indifferent, Okay, to this I'm indifferent, to that I'm indifferent, that doesn't bother me, the music I like to hear doesn't, I am not interested anymore. Okay, I must have made progress.
Can I speak?
Well, only if you think about it, why do you want to speak? You think about it before, and then you ask.
Okay.
Think about.
I have thought about it.
Now think about it once more.
In investigating the sound, I was paying attention, to feelings that the sound was pushing buttons in my body. And that the buttons, when they pushed the buttons, I would get feelings. And the way the sound was affecting my body, even if it is little bubbles, it's like little bubbles of feeling. And it's almost as if the sound is manipulating your body if you're unaware. And this is the kind of thing that I, among other things, I just went round and round and round and round on it. But, it's every time you say I should investigate the body, I keep trying to investigate the body, and the sound and the smell keeps popping up. That's what popped up that night in the cellar. It was the sound and it was the smell as well. And I don't know whether, because that was the first thing that popped up, that sort of become my nimitta. It just somehow, it cut a groove so that that's where I go.
I mean, there's nothing, as I said in the beginning, there's nothing wrong with investigating sound and smell. But if your objective is you want to investigate the body, then you ask yourself, what is keeping you constantly, what is constantly drawing your attention away from this body? I mean, the kilesas don't like to investigate the body, that is the truth. I mean, because it's boring, because it's loathsome, because it's, it's disgusting. I mean, everything else is more interesting than investigation of the body. I mean, that is the thing that I asked you to look at, Is that not the kilesas who drive you off? Of course, everything is much more predominant, when we get out of samadhi. But then actually we didn't go right out of samadhi. If we go right out of samadhi, we put our concentration the moment we see we are coming out. So then we put our attention on, for instance, the body, if you want to investigate the body. Just let yourself know, once you come out of samadhi, before you even enter samadhi, I want to investigate the body. And I want to investigate this part of the body or that part.
What if when I sit down to meditate before I go into samadhi,
yes,
if I sort of use body as an outcome? Do you think that?
Yes, you can do that. I mean, there are quite a few things of investigation of the body that you can do. I mean, one of the way is sweeping through the body. Did you do that? It's very helpful. Getting in touch with the body.
Just quickly?
Yeah, well, it takes, in the beginning, it might take 2 hours. Okay. Just going point by point by point by point to the next point until you get a feeling. Once you get a feeling, you go to the next point. And you sweep through a whole surface of the body. And when you do that often, the moment you get on a point, the deeper it gets, after a while. I mean, you can feel from the skin, you can feel to the bone. It gets deeper and deeper and deeper. And that's one of the way of investigation. That's one of the way of first of all, getting in touch with the body. Because body is feeling, bodily feeling. When we close the eyes, we can't see the body. Only with our inner eyes. But that side has not yet been developed. Nimittas don't come up yet. So another way of investigation, when we do investigation of the body, then we don't do samadhi. But we can do the same thing. Instead of using Buddha, we can use liver, or skin. I mean, until the nimitta pops up. Until we see the skin.
Well, what about body?
I mean, as a whole, it's okay as well.
Because that's what I was trying to call up. I'm trying to call up as a nimitta for...
You want to see the whole body?
Yeah.
Okay. That is okay, whatever. You can take the body as whole or you can bits and pieces of the body. But change it, Do change it.
From my experience, it's extremely difficult to all of a sudden take the whole body for contemplation. If someone hasn't learned the technique for sweeping, the effective way that I learned about it is first anapanasati first. 11 hours a day, 3 days, and then is slowly guided piece by piece by piece by piece for 2 hours. and then eventually you learn. But if someone just told me without having walked me through the steps, I'd never be able to.
That's not necessarily true. I mean, it depends on each character. Yeah? I mean, I was dumped here into this kind of body meditation or body contemplation. So I had to figure out my way. How to get results. I mean, we can go slowly into the water or we can just jump in the cold water. I mean, when we jump in the cold water, the faster we are in. And the faster we get out. But if you go, very slowly, okay, it's okay. Both things are okay. Jump in the water or, do it. I mean, we can do it if we can hold our concentration on our meditation object, like being Anapanasati or being the Buddha. I mean, then we should be able to hold our concentration on one of the parts of the body. Why not? Until that pops up. I mean, I don't say it will pop up in the first meditation. It may take us months before it pops up. But sooner or later it will pop up. As an inner nimitta. As an inner sign or as an inner vision of that part of the body. I mean, seeing the whole body, it's okay. But seeing the whole body, it's not so loathsome. I mean, seeing your blood vessels is much more interesting. Or seeing the food in the stomach, that is much more interesting. I mean, we do avoid, even with investigation, we do avoid the unpleasant sides, So we don't like to investigate, for instance, pain. Or we don't like to investigate shit. Or we don't like to investigate the food in the stomach. We tried, we tried with hair, and see, obviously these things that are not so, okay, that's fine. I mean, the important thing of investigation of the body is to get the feeling of this. I mean, to experience. When I say, get the feeling, not knowing, this is unpleasant or this is pleasant, experience the feeling. I mean, the chitta knows itself, if it's pleasant or unpleasant. We don't have to tell it that. We just have to put the eyes of the chitta on the right object. And then let it see for itself. That's all what we have to do to gain wisdom. Once the chitta sees clearly, it lets go. I mean, we don't have to tell the chitta, that this is good or this is not good. Or this is loathsome or this is not loathsome. The chitta will see it itself. I mean, that is the knowing faculty of the chitta. If there wouldn't be any knowing faculty, we would be out of luck. We would be stuck with our books in our brains. But the chitta, has we just have to direct our eyes, and our eyes is sati. Our attention to one object, and leave it there, until the chitta really sees it, very, very clearly. Once the chitta sees it very, very clearly, then it understands. I mean, sometimes it doesn't see it, we help it, we have to help it. Investigation, but like dissecting, or burning it up, or, letting it die, or whatever. I mean, just a thought, okay, let it die, then it comes out. Okay, that's how it is. That's how I die. I mean, we have died so many times ago, we all remember. Once you come to this final stage of practice, you will remember all your last lives and all your last deaths. I mean, it's there. The memory is not lost. The memory of our previous lives is not lost, or the previous death is not lost. I mean, you can experience them over and over again. And with the experience of one death, comes the pain of this death. And that's what we loathe. We don't loathe death itself. We loathe the pain of dying. Because the pain is so great, then you know that you die. The body breaks up, see it, okay, take the whole body, and let it die. See how it dies. What comes out first, what comes out last. You will see it until it disintegrates, completely disintegrates. Just let it rot away. I mean, the memories then come up from previous lives or previous deaths. I mean, that's how we get at these things. We're just helping, to get to our memories of our experience of death. And we have not died only one time. I mean, we have died in so many ways. In cruel ways, in pleasant ways. We have just died so many, as young people, as old people, whatever. Being tortured or not, being killed, most of the time, because that's the life of human beings. They kill each other. Kill each other in wars or whatever. Or because of greed, or because of hate. I mean, our newspapers are full of this killing, isn't it? So we have done it in previous lives. We have been the killers and we have been the ones who have been killed. It's all there. We have just to find a way to it. I mean, do you understand? There's nothing wrong. I mean, there's nothing wrong if you investigate smell and sound. But investigate it in the right direction. To understand what is the nature of sound. You really want to understand the nature of sound. I mean, you can ask yourself when you do investigation, do I now understand the nature of sound? Well, if the killers come up and say yes, and another question, what is it?
The answer is no.
Then what is it, And if you think you know the answer, then next time come and see me and tell me. I know what the nature of sound is. The nature of sound is clapping one hand. Have you ever clapped one hand? What's the sound of clapping one hand, huh? It's a Zen koan. I think from the Korean tradition. The sound of clapping one hand. I mean, there's no sound, of course, because we need two hands to clap. I mean, why, just think about Zen. Why they bring up these sort of things, of ridiculous things, because to go beyond the limitations of our mind, of thinking, of conventional reality. Because what we're looking for is not conventional reality, it's the truth. And the truth is beyond conventional reality. All what we know, when we're doing it now, of course, is trying to confirm it with conventional reality. I mean, going into physics or things like that. I mean, yes, of course it's clear. I mean, we are educated this way, but we shouldn't investigate this way. We should ask ourselves. Investigation is also asking, what is the experience of sound? What is the nature of the sound? But when you talk about your investigation, you only talk about investigation of the reaction of the experience of sound. This is the only thing that you catch. You actually do not catch the first step, the experience of sound neutrally before the chitta starts to react. You got that? So your sati is not firm enough. You do not really. Now, do you understand? Whatever you said, is the reaction to the sound that happen. The chitta reacts to the sound, gives it a name or gives it a label or, assigns it, this is nice, this is not nice, this is indifferent. But what happened before was the experience of the sound. And that is neutral. And it just comes one blink of the eye before the reaction. So, it's with any kind of investigation, we always see only the reaction. And sometimes the reaction has taken place over 5 minutes before we actually see it. Oh, it's only a reaction to the phenomena, to the sense data, to our vinyan, knowing that there's a sense data coming. And actually, when you're really mindful, there's a sense data, and then you know that there is a sound. And after that sound, the reaction comes. So actually, you miss 2 steps. You understand me? You got me? So it's very difficult, That's why I said, I don't mind investigate, but investigate it in the right way. Get to the neutral or nearly neutral experience of sound. Don't stay with the reaction to the sound. Get one step before. And that is, asking the question can help, what is that? What is that? What is the experience of sound? How do I feel it? How do I experience it? Is every kind of sound, it's the same experience, or is it different? You just if you say loud and this is not so loud. Or the smell is, gross or not so gross. It's the same thing for smell. It's not easy, So investigation of the body is much easier. Because there we don't have, to look for the reactions, we just go and want to see, and when we are really mindful, then we see a reaction to it. The moment it sees, But when the chitta sees, there's no reaction to it. It just sees things as they are. And then the kilesas take up the experience and make something out of it. Oh, this is disgusting. That's a reaction. The chitta sees, the processed food in the stomach. Immediately the kilesas say, this is disgusting. I don't like to see it. Let's investigate something else. They don't tell you what they are doing. If the kilesas, give us a plan, now I'm doing this, now I'm doing that, we could be just right on the track. But they don't let us know what they are going to do. They fool us with any kind of action. They take just like a magician. They divert our attention to something else and then they have their trick going. Oh yes, that is so important. And we forgot, where we have been just a moment before. Because they take that up, say, this is important, See, the sound is so loud. So predominant, this is important. Oh, that's not, now there comes the smell. Oh, now there's the sound. Now it's this, or now it's that. Now it's a touch, and so on. They are working, they're looking for these sensations, and they're picking out these things.
This is why I was asking you, how can I call up the body and get it away from the sound and the smell? Because I wanted to see the whole body so I could decompose it.
Yes, I told you there are several methods. The method of, just getting in touch with your body. If you have difficulties, just getting in touch with the body by sweeping through the body is one of the methods. But you have to do that daily. Okay. You have to do that daily, at least, for an hour a day.
But would using body, the word body...
Yes, it helps, But then see your whole body. You want to see your whole body, laying in front of you.
I want to see my dead body.
Yeah, yes, or you want to see your dead body, or whatever, or your open body, or you just watch your surgery.
That's fine. No, if you want it, it can be skinned, no matter what.
I mean, you just can watch an operation on your body, or you can just watch, when you died, and people are dissecting your body. Then just look at, how they're dissecting your body, how they rise on and then, if your body is still fresh, the blood comes out, and then they pull the skin off, and then take a saw, to saw your ribs apart. I mean, look at it, see it, that is the way of investigation. Sometimes, we do need to use some imagination from what we've seen in books or what we've sometimes seen in films. I mean, there's no problem, to see ourselves, cut up by the lunatic with a motor saw.
Well, the book, format book is really good. I could get a lot of loathsome bodies, but I couldn't get my own.
Well, you always, when you look at the book, you always say, you always have to remind yourself, whenever you look at a picture, that's how my body looks. That's how my body looks. That's how you get the identification. Of course, I mean, a doctor doesn't, I mean, he just operates, he doesn't see that this is his body. But the first time, he opens up a body, he pukes. Or, he just falls unconscious. I mean, 99% of the medical practitioners who first time, are there, just puke up. And why is that? Because they still have this identification with their own body. But after a while, they just put it away. But still a doctor, cannot operate his wife or his children. Because that's too close. So the identification is always there, but he puts it just back. And our identification, of course, if you see this way, that's not my part. But that's how you look. I mean, just open up your body and see for yourself, and that's how you look. And if you have that kind of disease, that's how you look. Or if you die in the water, that's how you look, all bloated up, and stinking and smelling.
It's a great photograph.
Yes, ugly, yes. That's from some of the pictures are from the tsunami, down in Phuket.
Oh, are they?
Yeah. I mean, it was really a mess, It must have been a mess of bodies. I don't know how many thousands of people died down there. All in all, it was over 100,000 people. If you do that, use the imagination of falling into a volcano. Or the volcano is erupting, and the magma is flowing, and sizzling you up, and I mean, you slowly sink into, because, it burns all up, so you slowly come down. Luckily, you faint before you. But you still can see it, What happens to the body is just, it melts down. I mean, can you be? I mean, it's quite funny, but can you be? Can't you see it as very painful or very loathsome? Or drowning in the water, trying to catch a breath, but don't get any breath because all what you can swallow is water.